Hi guys, just sort of show you and do a little review of my Merida E160 27.5. It did come with plus tyres, but the guy who had it changed them from 2.8 to 2.6s. The brand new tyres, you can see they've got the blue line down. It's a bit old fashioned because obviously most new e-bikes are internal battery, but the beauty of having the battery on the top tube here, I know I'll put the battery on in a minute and just give you a show you it, but it's protected, so anything hitting that won't damage the battery or the case, and it stays on top, so it's a bit more protected from the elements. Shimano excuse me, E7000 setup. What we got, Suntour Tri or something rear fork with a plus and a minus air suspension. I always set the dials to neutral. Size medium frame. The bike came with the rear fender and the front fender, not a rear fender. Hey, like prison. Looks like it's a bit loose, but it should be alright. Good dropper seat post. What is it? It's Merida's own. I will put the battery on in a moment. You've got your little discreet toggle controls here with a nice little tucked away display. Just keeps the cockpit nice and basic. Like I say, we'll put the battery on. Where is it? It's under here, isn't it? There it is. There's the battery. I'll put the battery on in a moment. It's the E160. The 160 represents the travel, front and rear. What else is there? Yeah, I'm having I could do with my, I don't know, that's on there. I could do with my saddle going a little bit higher, and I've tried to slacken off this torque screw here because that acts as a cable clamp, and I've pushed the cable down inside and tried to pull it up, but when I pull the seat up, it obviously inside the post it pulls the lever. Let's just get rid of that at the moment. Pulls the lever inside, so obviously the saddle's just going up and down all the time. One bonus with this bike, it's got a chain guide and it's got a rear mech clutch. The Crapier previously, the chain spent more time off the bike than on the bike, and it's with the Cube I had before as well, had issues with the chain coming off, but yeah, I got it just for the winter. The guy who I bought it off was a bike mechanic. He's upgraded to 11 speed 11v1 group set XTR rear electronic mech, and I'll show you that working in a minute. It's beautiful. He's a tubeless ready setup as well. He's upgraded the brakes to Avid, 203mm rotors front and back. As you can see, it's just nice electronic shifter, little cable coming out of it, going all the way down the frame, popping out here and into the setup. Nice, as I say, Avid trail brakes. It's a beast, climbs beautifully. You probably watched a couple of my previous vids. Looks like these are 29er forks, I'm guessing. I don't know, these are Suntours as well. Quick release through axle on the front. Yeah, really impressed with it. There's a lot of cables going on here, as I struggle to change the bar and stem because all the cables go off up into the controls here, so you'd have to unplug everything, route it back through. There's even a cable here that goes into underneath the hand grip, because the grips that came with it I wasn't very impressed with. So let's put the battery on and I'll show you all the electronics and the app. Okay, here we go. 500 watt hour. Just right size for the riding I do. Let's try and angle the camera. Trying to go more professional. The battery slides in, it's hinged here. So obviously your hinge lines up. And it goes. Nice double set of keys, and pull the key out. Let's just angle that up a bit if you can. Come on, you got this. There we go. So that's in solid now. So as soon as you press the button on the battery, full juice, and that'll light us up. So let's just go through a bit of the display. So like I said, got your toggle buttons. That's your off, eco, trail and boost. If you can't go any further up, and you can't go any further down, it bleeps. The M7 tells you what gear you're in, so obviously if I change gear, you can hear it clicking at the back. Got your miles an hour. Let's go around the back of the bike now and I'll just show you the nice electronic shifters, so hopefully you can see. Try and make sure it's in the right gear. The guy did tell me, he said if the battery's off, it will still change gear like it just did as well. So there's a little button here that you have to press. Let's press that. Should bring up your settings. So as you use your toggle key to go up and down, you can attach a light so it sits on the front and runs off the battery if you want to. Beep, obviously, I've got the beep. Oh, the beep's off. Oh, the beep is off because every time you change up and down, if I did that and that, every time you do that, it'd just drive you mad. So, well, personally it would anyway. Going down unit, I believe that's kilometres and miles. I always leave it in that, so let's just go back. Language, Timothy. Font colour, this is quite good. So if you change it to that, changes it. It's a bit too bright, so we'll go back to the standard display. Adjust. I think I haven't got a clue what that's for, so I'll just click OK. I haven't really looked into it. Shift timing. This is where you can adjust the shifter for the back. If it's not quite biting correctly in a certain gear, you can do all the setting up in there, I believe. And you can also do it in the app. I'll do it in the app in a moment and show you. RD protection reset. Don't know what that is. Display speed. So that's the brightness of the speed on the display when I'm going, I believe. Press that. Exit. I'll go all the way back up to the top and make sure I've covered everything. Clock. Don't use the clock. Clear. Oh, that's if you've clear. I've done the last ride, a couple of rides I've done 102 miles. So just clear that. Okay, resets it. So it'll show your overall distance, excuse me, depending on your last ride. You know, if you don't want to use Strava, you can physically use the display to see how many miles you've done. Now, I think you can change, if I press that, distance, obviously that tells you your mileage. So when you go out, if you do want to look at the miles per hour you're doing, you can leave it on distance and it'll tell you from start to finish. That's my overall distance this bike has done, which is quite good for a 2-year-old bike, I would think. I would have done that in 6 months if I'd have had it. Range, obviously turn it up. If I'm on eco, I can do 57 miles. Trail, 43, obviously depending on the weather, terrain, the rider, the weight of the rider, etc. If I had boost and went round, I could do a power hour and do 28 miles, allegedly. So that's quite good. Time. Oh, you can time yourself obviously on the ride. Average speed, maximum speed, cadence. These are all. There's the clock. I think the time is actually correct, and I always leave it at that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the app up and show you the app. Right, got my phone on. It's just locating the bike. You can see the little Bluetooth icons on. It says bad signal for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just loading up the bike info because I haven't done it for a week or so, because I don't tend to use the app. Some people have like those little gridlock things that you have on here. So this is what I was looking at. You can change the wheel circumference. Oh, that's not good. That's wrong. It's the e-tuning app, this is. So obviously you can change the value. I was wondering if you change the value to like 29er, whether you could get away with making the bike go a bit quicker. I don't know. Information just tells me all about the bike. Health is 94%. Just shows me what version of software I've got. That's where you do the derailleur. I'll click that. You know it's going to take me. Electronic. If it was mechanical, obviously you click mechanical. You can change the plate size, so it's 34 tooth on the back, 11 tooth on the front. Just give it all that information. If I was changing anything, I could do. App settings. Don't want that. Just going through this. Disconnect. Assistance. Right. This is where you set up the 3 access levels. Obviously eco. I've turned it down a bit. I might knock it down a bit more because it just might save the battery. Just bear with me. I'm going to drop it down to max power. So about 400 watts. It is very rare I use trail and boost. There's your torque. There's your assistance. Might knock that down to 35, drop that down to 20, just so I'm doing a more, if you do right values, I wonder if that throws it up to what it should be. Might reset it. 400. Oh no, it's left it as it is. Trail. I'm going to drop it down to 450. But you can't hold it and it count down, but it doesn't because it's obviously a touchscreen phone. So just drop that down to 450. And boost is, well, it's great. I don't use boost, to be honest, only on a quick blast up a hill climb. Well, circumference information. I'm trying to find where, because I spotted in the app. What's this? Continue. No, don't need that. Go back to that. Don't know what that is. Oh, that's the angle of the mouse. I'll leave that. I did see something. Okay, here we go. This is where I saw it. See, if you change it here to the EU 32 kilometers an hour, I wonder if you can make this bike go faster. But obviously, as soon as you do that, I'm going to leave it as it is. You have to click a disclaimer. Full license. Jog on. So there's the app. Really good. Like I say, once it's all set up, and you should be able to. No bikes found. As you can see, it is talking to it because it's got Shimano steps here, and it should be reading it. The display should come back on with the battery level, the setting that the motor is in. It was a long time when you're waiting, isn't it? I can talk for England though, and Scotland, Ireland and Wales. As the screen decides to turn itself off. Yeah, the time is right because it's obviously synchronised with my phone. I have got to put something under here because every time I'm riding, I'm hitting the bumps. That's all I can hear. There we go. So I'm going to put something under there just to stop it annoying me. So yeah, well circumference. For some reason, I wonder if you have to have a licence. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It is 27.5, so that was slightly out. And that should now, if I close it, should go back to, there we go. So it's all back to normal. I'll come back in a moment, just have a little look over the bike again for you. So there we go. As normal, I always put protection on. I do apologise how dirty it is, but I always say a bike's designed to go outside and enjoy the mud and everything. It does need a bit of a clean, but if I cleaned it, I wouldn't ride it. So I'd be going, oh, it's too clean to get dirty. So, as you do, like I say, the big chunky rotors. Yeah, I've put insulation tape down this side and the other side. I always put like protection on. I've gone this time, I've picked up some pedal arm boots, and I've always put the inner tube on that bit. Took the old Specialized pedals off one of my other bikes. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. I've put the old ducky tape down there to protect it. I put some on the top tube as well, underneath this neoprene, so I always say you can just peel it back, give it a wipe, and it's clean as you like, ready to sell. This bike will only do me for the winter. I'm going to look for something. I am very impressed with Shimano motors. It's one of the best motors I've had. Very quiet as well. So there you go. Hopefully you like it. I enjoy riding it. It stops on note. I'm hopefully going to go to the Wrekin this weekend because the weather's looking good. So I'll put this on Sunday night, and then I will put my Wrekin ride, hopefully, on in the week. So thanks again, guys. Don't forget to click the ding dong ding ding. Give us a thumbs up, and hasta pronto. Ciao.